Hey GED students, it's GED question of the day time, and I'm asking you to perform each of the following calculations without a calculator. Now you can see that these two calculations that I have, I'm looking at some decimal division, a subject that's traditionally very, very tricky for a lot of students. They get it mixed up, they forget their roles, they get it all mushed up. And I actually wanted to start with these two problems for a reason. And that's because these two problems are ones you can usually solve in your head, whether you realize it or not. And that's because you guys are used to the American system of money, at least if you are in the United States, you are. And we have money that's worth 25 cents. Kind of looks like this, doesn't it? My decimal over here, 0.25, kind of looks like 25 cents. We also have money that's 5 cents. So look what I'm saying. I'm saying if you start with $4 and you divide by 25, how many groups of 25 are there? Well, that's kind of like saying how many quarters are there in $4. And spoiler alert, if you watched the last video, you already know the answer to this, but you can count by quarters, you guys. You're totally able to do that. You don't need to do ugly sidework division. You guys know 25, 50, 75, a dollar. That's one whole thing right there. 25, 50, 75, a dollar. And then I'll try it again. $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, $2. $1.25, $1.50, I'm sorry, $2.20. Oh, $2.25, $2.50, $2.75, $3. There we go. And then $3.25, $3.50, $3.75, $4. So since there's, 4 quarters in a dollar, there's going to be 16 quarters and $4. I can do this in my head without busting any long division symbols at all. Now, the good news is, though, guys, good math always works. If you did this with your decimal division tricks, you've learned them from your math teacher, then you would know that if you wanted to take 4 divided by 0.25, you would have to put the 0.25 on the outside, the 4 on the inside, and usually most math teachers do not let you leave a decimal here. They say do not divide by a decimal. Instead, move the decimal place 2 spots over to the right. Now, you can't just change a number because you feel like it. You can't just change 25 cents into $25. I wish we could. I'd be a much richer woman, but you can't. And mathematically, what do you have to do when you change one number you're dividing with? You have to change the other number the exact same way. And so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to move this guy's decimal the same number of spaces in the same direction to ensure that I have made this as many times bigger as I've made the other number. Let me say that again. I think that was confusing. Basically, the idea here is if I change both numbers by the same ratio, the same amount, it's the same number of times as big, then the division problem will give me the same answer. It's kind of like how a bunch of different fractions can reduce to the same thing. It's that same idea. Okay, so new problem, 25 into 400. Okay, well, 25 goes into 40 once. Take away the 25, subtract that out. And I do get 15, drop the next 0. 25 goes into 150, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150. It goes in 6 times. And you can see that even if I use the long division way that my elementary school teacher taught me, I still get 16, and it matches up with common sense. Yay. Okay, let's try this next one. I feel the same way here. You guys say, I don't know what 2 divided by 0.05 is, but I say, yes, you do, because you're used to counting by nickels. Let's imagine that I want to find out how many 5 cents there are in $2. Well, I could just count by 5 cents until I get to $2. So let's try 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. That right there, 100 is $1. So I've gotten up to 1 now, counting by 5 cents. Right there, I'm at $1 whole, counting by 5 cents, counting by nickels, okay? So that being said, I would have to do this twice. I would need this 5, 10, 15, 20 nickels or 25-cent pieces twice. So I would need 120 for the first dollar. I would need 20 for the next dollar for a total of 40 nickels in $2. So 2 divided by 0.05 5 is 40. Now I know you're thinking, Kate, that's not the step-by-step process that my teacher taught me. Okay, fine. Let's try that. Your step-by-step algorithms better match up with reality. So let's give it a try. 0.05 into 2. Your teacher probably taught you to jump the decimal once, twice. But once again, you can't just change a number because you feel like it. We can only do true things in math. So if I change this number, I better change this number by the same amount. And so I'm going to move the decimal the same number of places in the same direction. And I end up with 200. And my new problem is 5 into 200. 5 goes into 24 times, with, of course, no remainder. Drop the 0, and 5 goes into 0 times. And look, I do get 40. Okay, so all I'm trying to say to you is that common sense should match up with your mathematical algorithms, or y'all, you're doing math wrong. All right. If you have any questions about this or any other GED math topic, be sure to drop it in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer it.